This is my mom and dad. They're my audience.
Thank you, Dad.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. My name is Jackson Stewart, and today I'm going to be telling you about the basics of bodybuilding and how you can use them. Let's start by laying out a quick scenario as put forward by Vince Sant, professional fitness author and co-founder of vshred.com. Let's say you've been eating poorly and lacking in exercise, but you've made up your mind to live a healthier lifestyle. You start your plan to make the new you by skipping breakfast, making sure you go for a run every day, and substituting salads in for other meals as often as you can. The end of the day comes around and you're starving, but you steel yourself and end the day on another salad. Later on, maybe 10 p.m. rolls around and you're still hungry, so you run downstairs to grab a snack before bed. Next thing you know, you've emptied half your pantry and you feel like your whole day's effort has gone to waste. Does this sound familiar? If it doesn't sound familiar to you, it does for many Americans living today. Many feel that they're too skinny and want to put on weight, but don't know how to keep it on. Others want to lose body fat, but find cardio difficult and nutrition even more so. The problem with most people in either category is that they don't understand the proper steps to take in order to improve their physique. I was the same way, but I found the solution, and it isn't some fad diet or exercise machine that someone's going to try to sell you on TV. It's actually the same techniques that have been used by bodybuilders and composition physique athletes since the 1970s. The basics of bodybuilding can be applied to anyone's lifestyle to help make them healthier, more confident people, and by using cardio as a tool rather than a necessity, by following a properly developed and individualized nutrition plan, and by following a resistance workout plan that covers all muscle groups in the body. Let's start by discussing cardio. Many see cardio as a major component, if not the driving factor of weight loss, but I'm here today to tell you that it's not. According to a study published in February 2000 in the medical journal Circulation, 2 groups of patients with cardiovascular disease underwent one group aerobic exercise and another group resistance training. The study found that both groups lowered their body fat percentage, but only the group that underwent resistance training also saw significant increases in strength, while the aerobic exercise group saw none of this increase. The driving factor of weight loss is caloric deficit. Cardio is just a tool to increase that caloric deficit. What's caloric deficit, you may ask? Well, that leads us into our next point. Nutrition. Most people don't give nutrition the emphasis that it needs when talking about fitness. Let's start our nutrition discussion with a definition. Maintenance calories. This is just the number of calories that a person needs to consume daily in order to maintain their weight. You can use any online calculator to help you determine this for yourself. There are only 2 paths to take in fitness once you know this number. You can either undergo a bulk or a cut, where the main goal is either to gain muscle or to lose fat. To gain muscle, you want to take your maintenance calorie number and add 200 to 300 calories to it and eat that daily. Similarly, for cutting, you're going to want to start with your maintenance number and then subtract 200 to 300 calories and eat that daily to lose body fat. So now you know how many calories you should eat daily, but what should you eat to reach those calorie goals? This is where we need to talk about macronutrition. Macronutrition is just the division of the food that you eat into 3 main subcategories: protein, carbohydrates, and fats. As you can see on this graph, carbs and protein, listed in red and orange, are 4 calories per gram, whereas fat in green has 9 calories per gram. That just makes fat a more calorie-dense food that you have to consume in less quantities. Here is a sample distribution of what a typical person's macronutrient breakup might be. As you can see in red, 45% of the calories may come from carbs, 30% may come from protein in orange, and 25% from fats in green. This may vary from person to person, and it really takes an individual to fine-tune their nutrition plan as they go along. But this can be a good place to start. Keep in mind that it's still important to eat healthy and get your veggies in and avoid high-calorie or sugary foods. And you do need to include enough carbohydrates and fats from healthy sources, such as grains and dairy products, in order to fuel your workouts, which we'll talk about next. Resistance training. As stated above from the article Circulation, similar fat loss can be achieved with or without cardio. Resistance training, however, is the only way to increase the strength of your muscles, bones, and joints throughout your body. In a study published in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research in 2001, a 2-year resistance training program was shown to significantly increase bone density and joint health in women aged 65 plus. This led the researchers to conclude that resistance training could be an effective treatment for arthritis and or osteoporosis. And it can also be a preventative measure if applied earlier in life. So let's bring this back to you guys, my audience. Have you ever been dissatisfied with your body and wanted to make a change, but you didn't know how to do it? Or perhaps you tried to learn how to improve, but with the sea of fake knowledge and phony supplements flooding the fitness market, you eventually lost interest or gave up? If you find yourself in any of these categories, then you may benefit greatly from the tips that I've given you today. Fitness is a journey and not a set state. Everyone is always striving to improve themselves. We can all stand to become healthier and more confident people in our own bodies. I hope that what I've talked to you about today may light a fire in you for fitness, and you can strive to become the best you that you can be. Thanks for listening to me today. My name's Jackson Stewart, and I hope you all have a good one.
The little square.
Yes, sir.